Okay, welcome back, Space Engineers. Episode 13. Yeah, in our last episode, we realized that I wasn't going to be able to pipe the refineries, so we're going to have to make some minor changes to the design. It's not that big a deal. Basically, what it boils down to is I'm going to need to make this one more taller. So these guys will be one layer higher. That's okay. But I did rotate the refineries. I told you when you come back they would be in a much friendlier orientation. And they are now. So basically what we're going to end up doing now is we're going to increase the height of these blocks all the way around by 1. That will allow us to put a connector block grid on top of here like we're still wanting to. And like that. And there's going to be a whole slew of them. I think we're only going to come back to here with that. Maybe we'll come back to here with that. I don't know. We'll see what the surface area looks like. Yeah, I'm thinking about to here will be sufficient this far back. Kind of like this. Yes, I smack my head. So like that, we'll fill this entire area in with connectors, and then we will put the cool little scooper upper collector thingies. We'll put these on top, as we were already demonstrating earlier. So something like that, and we'll be able to harvest up above, and all the spare parts we normally see flying off in the distance, we'll have a gravity generator in here, and they'll get sucked down in here, and they'll be refining while we're up here doing stuff. So we'll be making product before we even come back to land. So there's those cool things we can do with our little rockbiter. I think that's what we'll call our next Reaper. We'll call him Rockbiter from Neverending Story. So, yeah, we're going to build a bigger version of the Reaper, one with a lot more grinding heads on it. And, yeah, there's things we can do, like little extractors. Basically, it'll look like the ship is pooping out little rocks. And so as we're harvesting, that stuff can just fall directly into here. And it can get problematic, but you'll see. So let's get to work. First things first, we need to move these up. Do I want to move those up first, or do I want to do this first? That's heavy armor. That's highly inappropriate for what we're doing. So we're going to do that. Okay. So we're going to raise this up 1, as we were saying. And we're going to get those thrusters moved up. Because right now they don't have any components in them. So that's convenient, because I just go like this and poof, they're gone. Large thruster, where are you? Okay, so that's that. Now we can get him in place like so. Are they sticking out that far, or are they one in more? No, they're sticking up that far. Okay. Alrighty then, so we're going to put 1 on each side. We can do that now since we're a little higher. I think we had it changed because of the way I think these guys were. Yeah, we had them over here on this side because of the way this was. And so I think we'll put our flight bridge right here, right between these two massive pillars of flame going to be shooting up. That'll be kind of cool looking, I think. Alright, so let's get our keyboard controls under control. That's what we can get. And let's get this out here. As this beast gets a little bit bigger. Don't want to run into that. Oh, come on. Okay. So there we go, that's that. And to take this down. Don't exactly want that up there yet. We can get to the large car containers. Good. We can get to this from the outside. We can get to those those thrusters there from the outside. This can we get to from the outside. We're only going to there, so we can get to this. We still get to. All right, so we're going ahead and cover up this part of the deck with all of our conveyors, interior plates. How many of those do I have? So I can 35. Something tells me that's a larger area than 35. Int. Give me all of those. All right. So we'll get this grid slapped down. We get some we will get these welded in place if we have the right components for it. And yeah, the ship's starting to come together. The refiners are working. That's cool. Well, scratch that. They are not working because we don't have power on this thing. So something else we're going to add to this is going to be solar. So the cool thing about having solar to one of these ships is when they're idle, you can put enough solar on them to cover the basic things like gravity generators, your beacon, the necessities you don't want to stop working. Medical station, if we put a medical station on here, that'd be pretty cool. So we'd have a second place to spawn. Especially when we're far, far, far from home, as we'll be able to go and do now. Well, if we go over 50, oh, I got all of those alerts in the background, man. So let's see, distracting. So yeah, if we're over 50,000 units from home, we're gonna want a way to not have to travel out there. So, whoa. Apologize for that. I live in an apartment with very thin walls. So with random noises like that, I can't control that. So apologies for that, and go back to welding. So, alright, so we're going to go around here. Oh, he almost looked like he wanted to complete, didn't he? He's like, oh wow. Get in there. Yeah, I like that when they start building like that, sense of completion. All right, down here. And it doesn't want to weld those, so either we're too far away or we don't have any of the components it needs. So I'm gonna go with we don't have any of the components. Because we have the long distance lasers on here, so they should weld at a pretty decent clip distance wise. Love being able to just fly along like that. Just yeah, we don't have any of the parts. What do we need? Where were we? We were right here. Interior plates, construction components, lots of both, small tubes and motors. Okay, did we put a radio on this? Okay, so we have our beacon. Can't remember if we put a radio on this as well. It does not look like it. So we're going to throw one of those right there, because it's a nice little hidey hole for one. The reason is because everything you have a radio on, you can actually communicate between those vehicles, ships, whatever they happen to be. And when you're communicating between them, oh, that color is Shift P, so we can make sure we're using the right color. You can utilize the systems on that other device. So one computer. We don't have any of those, do we? Nope. Okay, so we have to go get a computer. So basically what I can do is I can call back to Iron Price and ask him to queue up a bunch of parts for us. And they can be cooking away, and manufacturing as we fly over to go pick them up. And he doesn't have an antenna either, so that would be kind of mute at this point. So, but still, it's a good thing to have. Whoa, way out of control orientation-wise. Okay, assembler 1, what are you making? Nothing. Production. How do I want to do this? So we're going to go with repeat build. That'll slow that down a little bit. And we need silver, so we still can't do reactor components yet. So we need to go on a scavenger hunt for silver soon. Otherwise we will not be able to produce those large reactors. That's actually going to be a problem sooner rather than later because we need those large reactors. Yeah, no reactor components. Excuse me. I'm not thinking there's very many, if any, reactors left inside of this ship. That little light glitch is funny. Especially as I casted a shadow down, that was pretty cool. A lot of gyroscopes. So there's a lot of gyroscopes, that's pretty cool. Thruster components galore. Actually, that's what assembler 2 should be working on, is thruster components. We're not going to do repeat build on that, but production, that's assembler 1. Assembler 2, we're going to bring you down here and we're going to have you build wow. Oh, there's an easier way to do this. We come here. So this is pretty cool. You can come, when you need a ton of something, you can hold down shift and you can make 100 at a time. But that's 100. But what if you need to make 10,000 and you only want to make 10,000? You don't want to go away, leave it on repeat build, and come back and you have 100,000 of a component and you're out of an ore. So go here, go to the block you want to build. So we want to build the Sage Thruster, which is not showing up in here. Well, hogwash. Okay, so we can do a large thruster anyway. So, so what we can do is go like this. Delete these components. And then do that. So I told it to build 10 large thrusters, is what I just told it to do. So that's going to build 9,600 of those. I delete these components out, and that's all it's going to do is build the 10,500 large thrusters. Although I am missing a ton of material to be able to do that. That's a frightening amount of material to be short of. I mean, look at even iron. That makes me wonder where we're at on. Wow. Large cargo. We have 83,000. We have tons of iron. Why is it not? That makes me wonder if that's not plumbed in correctly. Assembler 2. So let's put 10,000 of that in there. What else did you guys need? Cobalt, gold, platinum. Yeah, we have no platinum at all. Gold we know is refining. Control panel, assembler 2, use conveyor system on. And we just pull items from the large cargo container to it, so we know it's connected. Okay. Plot thickens. So it's not pulling in all the gold. Large cargo container, there's some. Here you go, you can have that. Some nickel. You can have, how's 2,000 sound? You can have 2,000 of this. Oh wait, you don't want 2,000 of that. You'd rather have 2,000 of this. Actually, we're gonna give you 500 of that, because that seems to be a lot. Refinery, it's already out of gold. Wow. Okay, so with no platinum, that's why it's on standby. And large cargo container has no platinum in it. And so this is going to stop soon once it runs out of gold as well. But we do need the computers, so we're going to go ahead and let that build. And to help facilitate going ahead and letting that build, we're going to... Where are we going with this? We're going to put this here. Yeah, it needed the gold to continue to build. So... Alright, that means we need to go harvest. We need... Wow. I'm getting pen and paper for this one. We're going to need gold. Platinum. We could use some silicon. That's for sure. Let's see. Production. Let's go back over here to similar to. That was pretty much the de facto what we need. Cobalt we don't need. We're building that. We're cooking that up right now. Iron. Well, we live on an iron rock, so that's not a big deal. Gold we need, platinum we need, and silicon if at all possible. So it looks like field trip time in the Reaper. Wait a minute, wait. We know better. Put your tools away when you're done. Okay. That's the camera angle I was hoping for. Look at that. Almost like I know what I'm doing. I wish. Alright, so let's not break the Reaper this time. Last time was pretty traumatic. I almost cried. So, alright. Oops, wrong button. And, oh, we're not off. There we go. Those things have quite a bit of suction power on them. They will pull the ship back in. It's pretty funny. So our lights are off. Okay, so on the note of us taking off like this, kind of, we had a viewer recommendation. Lee, one of the viewers, made a comment in episode 10 about putting an ore detector on our fridge. So that way, if we do that along with an antenna, the ore detector on large ships are probably tenfold better than the ship we're on now, the Reaper. And so what'll end up happening is once you combine an ore detector and an antenna, another ship can broadcast the ore that it sees to other ships with antennas. So we can actually take the ore detector off of this ship and rely on another ship, like, let's say, the fridge. And when we go to go harvest, if it's within radio range, we can use its ore detector instead. So, but that doesn't help us when we're doing scouting missions like this. So we definitely do not want to use the fridge for scouting missions. We kind of want to use a fridge for when we already know where we're going for, or where we're going. Ooh, what's this? That's platinum or silver or silicon. Come on. Silver. All right, we will take that. We'll take all of it. And so that could get away from this issue we're having of not being able to see the ore, because the ore detectors on large ships would be permanently on, and such a large radius of coverage, they might not be as bugged as the hand drill or as we're finding with this one. So we needed silver. That's pretty awesome. We find it. How much stone are we getting in that? Okay, so it's mostly silver. That's pretty good. Oh, hey, let's turn our lights on. Aw. Okay, so we're going to switch that off of blue to back to just full-on white. Full intensity. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That rock that we're harvesting in is got a lot of blue in it, so I think that silver's already gone. So I'm just going to collect this area just to make sure we got all of it, because we're going to need as much of that silver as we can get. Yeah, something tells me that silver's gone and we're harvesting stone. There is a discrepancy there in the rock, so let's keep going with that. Alright, so we're going to harvest this up. So silver, that's a pretty good find. I see uranium and iron at the top of the screen by the GPS marker. Here we go. We're actually going to take the stone back with us because we need uranium components, that's what we needed the silver for. So we're going to need gravel to make those as well. So since we're needing 4,000-ish reactor components, we're going to need some stone to go with that to make the gravel. And with this little bit, I think we're done. Okay. Oh, I do want to clear these up. I do not like these little floating things. They will trash a ship in a heartbeat. So, razor sharp rocks, not so good in space. One's just spontaneously poking out, and oh, look at that little. Looks like something right out of Alien. Something would just pop out of there and just devour you. That's pretty cool because that's natural. I haven't been here. Hello, anybody in there? Facehugger jumps out there and in the interest of science, I'm going to stick my hand in here. Okay, so that's back towards the Albatross, and that's home. So we can see a few ships on there, like the Maelstrom. That's pretty cool. We need to find someplace close. I don't really want to spend a lot of time driving around too aimlessly. So we're gonna go over there. Go to this one now. It's kind of back towards home, but as long as we have gold or platinum. That's funny, silver wasn't even on my list, and that was the thing we come across, and we still end up needing it. That's cobalt or nickel in that little tiger stripe area right there. Oh, there's some shiny right there. What's that? Looks black. Or is that just shiny rock? Just shiny rock. Iron. To me, it seems like it doesn't want to tell me what's there until I go drill it. See, it's not even telling me what that is. That's just not nice. Come on, guys, keen. Nah, this is an alpha game. Can't do that. If you don't expect bugs, you should be playing. So that was cobalt. Okay, which we don't need. So we're going to continue on. Where to? Okay, those are a ways out there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away, and we're going to be at that rock. So when you're aiming for a rock like this, don't aim directly at it. because you're going to turn your inertial dampeners off. Aim to the side. So if you do not get your inertial dampeners turned on in time, and or your ship doesn't slow down that quickly, you won't slam into the asteroid. You'll just kind of breeze by it, slow down, you can turn around and come back. So, all right, with that, a little PSA, we're going to catch you on the other side of this cut. Okay, we're back, and we're almost there. And see, this is what I was talking about. See, we're just going to shoot past it now. If I turn my inertial dampers on now, yeah, that could have sucked. Late turning on inertial dampers, and would have creamed right into the side of it and would have made a mess. The Reaper would have been no more. And so I see gold in here already. Luckily, we don't need ore detectors to see that when it's on the surface. Obviously, a ton of iron, which is probably mean this thing's going to bug out and not give us other ores that are in here, as it's not even giving us iron right now. What are you? Are you just a shiny rock, or are you something cool? It's hard to tell. That kind of looks like it's a silver or a platinum. Oh, there's one that calls out platinum, so we're going for it. Again, we need some stone, so we're just going to go ahead and burrow in. Something tells me it's not on the surface. Alright, so we're digging in, we're digging in. Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Don't want to bash up our ship. So now if we could just find some silicon, then we'll be set, because we know we got gold here. I saw it when we were coming in. And in theory we're hollowing out platinum now. Let's see how much we got. Platinum, 26,000. Nice. Only 7,000 stone. That's cool. We didn't get too much stone. Silver ore, we got 44,000. I'm not sure how much that smelts down versus how much we use of that. So I'm not sure what kind of ratio that is for awesomeness or what. Because that could be just a drop in the bucket and not know it. Okay, so let's start another vein here. So yeah, and keeping an eye on inventory space, because we had that one viewer say that that's what caused the spontaneous explosion, was our inventory space was maxed out. So yeah, 35,000, we're still good. And we have 2 cargo containers. So medium cargo 3. You hear the drills going in the background, small little buggy they got going on. So let's move this to here. And we'll get the stone out of there also. And we'll get that out of there also. So we'll just leave that for platinum. And then we head over to the gold as well. So, alright. I'm being pretty gentle. In theory, I just mash down the W key going forward and just go to town. But yeah, this has so much resources that we need. I'm just trying to be as gentle with the ship as possible. Then we don't even have this thing blueprinted yet, so we can't even replicate it except by memory. So. Alright, so let's go find that gold. And I wish I knew what that was. And it looks like platinum. But the whole rock looks shiny, so I'm not sure. Alright, so I think the gold was down at the... Oh, there it is. Platinum, iron. There was something right here just for a split second. I don't think it said iron. I thought it said silicon. Yeah. Okay, so this is another platinum deposit. And guess what I forgot to bring? A reactor and a beacon. Hey, we're out of reactor components. I wouldn't have been able to. Okay, so that's all right. But this is what I was talking about, where we could have set a beacon up out here, and we would have been able to come back. Because this is platinum. We need platinum, and platinum and gold. This is a pretty large vein of gold. So let me get this harvested up a bit. Yeah, that gold went really quick. Remember that last vein we found? Well, we thought we got quite a bit, and it's already gone. It's like real money, right? Man, I just had that money, and now it's gone. So let's see here. We better check out our inventory. We're up back up to 28,000. Sitting at 21,000 gold. I figure we get up to 50,000 gold, and then we'll head back. There's actually, I think there might be another asteroid right next to where we're at. If there is, like literally right next to it, I'll go check that out off camera and report back if I find anything good. I'm strafing, sliding left to right, kind of like a corn on the cob eating kind of mentality to this. The drills take a ton of punishment. They take way more punishment than pretty much any other part of my ship. So if I'm going to collide my ship into things, it's going to be with the drills. Again, trying to be as soft on the ship as I can, but still get the job done kind of thing. So, you know, it's a shiny new toy. Once it's not so shiny, I'm sure I'll just be careening into asteroids, just blasting through them as quickly as I possibly can later. But, yeah, but for now we'll just, especially since this mineral is so prevalent on the surface, but just skim the surface, knock down the high spots, and maybe make way for a bigger header to come along and devour all of this. I made a large ship on another single player map where it had I think it was like 50 or 60 large grinders on the front of it, and once that thing came in contact with the rocks, my system dropped to like 5 frames a second. It was it was crazy how much rock it was chewing up all at once, and then it was all piped and everything directly to like 20 refineries, and it was so much minerals that it would fill all of the refineries like instantaneously and overflow immediately into cargo containers. Alright, so check our inventory. Okay, we're at 90,000. I was going to go to 50, so we went over. Wait, how much space do we have left? Didn't check that. 54 out of 80. We saw that third cargo container, or other cargo container, I should say. Let's take a look here. So as a point of reference, I see how fast things around us move when I'm moving, and that gives me an idea of how far away it is, a brief idea. That's one we just came from a little bit ago, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we went from that one, or home, to that one, to this one, and then to here. So, okay. Just kind of looking around. When we get this far out in a new direction, really want to look and see if there's a ship or something. And I'm looking for those sketchy, faded, twinkling lines that appear when a ship is rendering. No, I'm not seeing anything special. Alright, so that's that. We're going to end the episode here. All I'm going to end up doing is flying back and docking, and so this stuff will start getting dumped into the refineries and arc furnaces and stuff. And so, cool. Another episode down. As always with YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely on the comments. As I was saying before in our last episode, I really enjoy you guys' user comments. I don't care if it's episode 1 or episode, 15 or 20. I'm going to make an effort to... I didn't make an effort. I do reply. I either thumbs up it if it's just a general, hey, you're doing a good job or whatever, because I'm getting a lot of those. Or comments. I'm going to reply to them. So thanks all for watching. We made it to... let's see, which episode are we on here? Well, we're on episode 13. So episode 13, and we'll catch you in the next one.